I guess this is where things like Boston and London are brilliant in terms of there is age and gender based times for qualifying. And I would remind people that for women, that's even more complicated in terms of when we fit in age and gender, because probably for most of the women in their 30s, they are making decisions around having kids. For women in their 40s, they're making decisions around how that fits with perimenopause and menopause. For women in their 50s, they're then dealing with things like bone density coming in. And so the sports science isn't great when it comes to this stuff, but actually our sport has already naturally set up a system that does enable women in their late 30s to have a easier opportunity to run a major like Boston or London than a man who's 25. And so bigger than anything, if you are a guy who doesn't understand this stuff, just respecting that it's really flipping cool to have a woman who's 75 running Boston Marathon as well as you. That's all I'd ask for, is just respecting that diversity in our sport is the coolest thing ever, and is something that we should champion and celebrate. And I'm sure most people watching that would agree with that. Isn't it cool that I, at parkrun the other week, ran my fastest ever parkrun PB, and 2 places in front of me was a 9-year-old girl. Ouch, that hurt, but flipping heck, was that cool and inspiring? Like, I want to be beaten by 9-year-old girls, just as I want to be beaten by 85-year-old vet men. So yeah, the more diversity we have in our sport, the better. And I think all of this stuff around pregnancy, etc., just reminds people that for a lot of women, there is a chunk of their 30s where their bodies are going to dramatically change. And we just need help, therefore, to make sure that we're able to reintroduce them back into our sport. Pre-baby, my marathon PB was 3:27. Last year I ran Berlin as an easy, fun experience. I chatted with a mate the whole way round and ran 3:30 just to feel confident marathoning again. So I'm targeting London, and I'm targeting it to run really hard. So for me, I think that probably looks like 3:15. My husband's PB is 3:11, so there's a little part of the back of my brain that says beat that. Championship time obviously has just gone down, so I think I need to run 3:09. So there's a dream on the day that looks like that, but I think 3:15 is realistic, particularly juggling being a mum, work, training, all of that fun, complex mix. So yeah.